Houston Sports Talk from HTOWNLOWDOWN, here to bring you your latest sports news from your Houston Texans, Astros, and your Houston Rockets. Now, the crew, HTOWNLOWDOWN.
We do have our local open here, in Houston, the Shell Houston Open. When are you going to do that?
At the minimum, next March.
The biggest bandwagon fan in the world.
Well, when you're 9 years old, of course you're a bandwagon fan.
But if he's going to throw a fit, if you're going to sit back and say, I want to trade, I want to be here, then you got to let him go.
So, we're from Houston. Let's get a little Houston sports talk in here.
Another installment of the world's best podcast located in Houston talking about sports here in the Wet Squirrel. H-Town Lowdown is back to you. This is Jason, the creator Graves. We got Das Fuhrer over there, Clayton Scott, who's finally back, and our good friend, Anthony Castillo, a.k.a. The Talent?
Hey, what was the question mark for? It's a statement. It should have been a period. It should have just been The Talent. Not The Talent?
The Talent?
Who's writing this script? Man, jeez, man.
How are y'all doing, buddy? Another week? Come and gone?
You should go over to the Fuhrer first, because he hasn't been around in a while.
Yeah, Das Fuhrer, welcome back. He is now Mr. Hernandez after changing his last name, I assume.
No chance.
Well, I at least know who wears the pants in the family.
I am part of the band.
How's the married life going for you?
Well, I'm here, so nothing's changed.
Well, I hope Megan doesn't go ahead and listen to this now.
Hopefully.
How about you, Anthony? How you doing, buddy?
Well, after that debacle Monday night, I don't know.
Monday night was brutal.
Trying to just, just going to work, hoping
doing
that
whatever, huh?
Just being 30 and single. Holla.
Yeah. How old are you again?
30.
I'm sorry, I'm in my 20s. I don't know.
Oh yeah, it's downhill. We just played basketball last night. My whole body.
You said that's what leads to depression.
Yeah.
That's what leads to depression.
And depression leads to drinking, which I'm not doing. Wait.
Right now?
At this moment, but in like 2 seconds, I'm about to take a drink.
You're in the middle stages, Anthony.
Yeah, don't worry. It's a long, dark road.
Let's talk about the debacle from Monday night. All right. I've been 10-6 all the way up till about halftime. So I'd say about 8:30, 9 o'clock Monday evening. Now I'm wavering 8-8, maybe even 7-9. What do y'all have to say about that? What happened? I mean, other than the fact that we can't go ahead and not turn the ball over.
Well, I'm just going to go out and say that those 2.5, 3 minutes were probably one of the worst 3 minutes of my life.
24 points in 2 minutes and 53 seconds.
I mean, I couldn't even get mad. I was just sitting there just in shock. It's like
it happened too quick for me to get angry.
Yeah, it's like I couldn't register it fast enough. I was like, what the hell? What? It's like, okay, they got one off a fluke. They got one off a fluke. All right, we got the ball. Oh, no, wait, no. What?
13-10 now. That's just great. By the time I went ahead and used the restroom, it was 24 to freaking 13.
Yeah, I'm glad I didn't go take a dump because God knows what would have happened then. I would have come back to 52 to 13 at some point. Yeah. Good Lord.
That is unbelievable. What do you think?
You think the coaching staff were thinking, all right, let's just knee it and get to halftime?
I bet they were thinking that at 24-13.
I mean, something should have been done. Hell, Arian Foster was already, 80 yards in the first quarter? I mean, just run the damn ball. Just run the damn ball.
We did that. We ran the ball. It didn't work. We threw the ball. That didn't work. That led to 14 points.
What was that fluky thing off Kiesel? Like, how does a guy deflect the pass, it bounces off somebody, and then the guy that deflected the pass catches it? I mean, it was the worst thing ever. I mean, you had to see. And you'd figure Kiesel couldn't run that fast. He was running pretty fast. And he's got like 20 pounds on his face from that beard.
Yeah. He gives good old Fitzpatrick a run for his money. There's no doubt about it.
That's a losing battle, Fitzy, because that thing is glorious.
Yeah. He's had that for a while, too.
Yeah. I mean, hell, when he's getting to do Head and Shoulders commercials because of just his beard. I mean, the dude's doing something right.
So does Bill O'Brien still think we have a chance to make the playoffs?
I think we have a chance. Problem is, the 17% of people that start off 3 and 4 don't make the playoffs.
So-
55% of people that started 4 and 3 make the playoffs.
Yeah. I don't know.
Here's the big thing that changed for me. 10 and 6. When I was thinking 10 and 6, I thought, we were going to go ahead and play people. We would lose to the people we needed to, but for the most part, we'd go ahead and find ways to win against the teams that are as good as us. And that's not it. Hold on, that's not it. We're going to go ahead and find a way to lose if you keep it close. We're going to do that.
I have no problem saying this. We were the better team that night. We're better than the Steelers. The Steelers are not that great.
But we're going to find ways to lose games.
I mean, the Steelers aren't that great. We're a better team. I mean, we showed it.
We played
then
3
we
quarters
just
better
messed
than the
up.
Steelers. That 1 quarter.
Just 3 minutes. 3 minutes is what killed us.
I mean, also, another thing is, things are just, we haven't had Clowney for the first.
Oh my God! Nothing
7
makes me
games.
more frustrated than knowing that Clowney didn't play. Nothing makes me more angry to know that in a game that I felt like we had to win to make the playoffs, they decided, it's close, but we're going to sit you out. You had to play that game. If you want to make the playoffs, that's the game you have to play.
Yeah, they're thinking, well, we want them healthy for the rest of the season. This season's not going to matter if you don't win this game.
If you're 8 and 8 and you realize, hey, if we were 9 and 7, we'd have made the playoffs.
It was precautionary. He felt a little pain, but he could have got out there and played.
He wanted to play.
I don't know. We're having a lot of issues. I mean, it's crazy though because.
And I blame everyone.
I mean,
I'm blaming
it's
everybody.
a total meltdown.
You can't blame J.J. Watt.
I'm blaming everybody.
I mean, look.
I
at
blame
this, though.
everyone from Rick Smith down. I don't care if you're Bill O'Brien. I don't care if you're Ryan Fitzpatrick. I don't care if you're J.J. Watt. I don't care if you're Andre Johnson. I don't care. You're part of the team. You're going to get some of the blame.
So Tuesday or Sunday against the Titans, that's a must win. Must win.
We'll probably find a way to lose that one as well.
It's a division
Okay, if
game.
we lose
have
that
to
game,
win.
are we
You
going to
know,
see Mallet after the bye week?
well, apparently he's been taking first team reps, but
I don't
everybody
care.
takes first
I
team
don't know.
reps.
Why is everyone so enamored by Brian Mallett?
I don't know.
Is there a reason?
I think
I have no idea what makes everybody think Ryan Mallett is going to save either this season or long-term quarterback problem. What in his previous
something
games?
different. We need something different.
You know,
If
we
we
saw
lose
that with
Sunday
Keenum,
and
though.
the season's over with.
We went with something different last year with Keenum, and how'd that work out?
How's it working out now?
We won 3 games, which is better than last year.
I mean, also though,
I just don't.
Patrick hasn't actually been that terrible.
I mean, he hasn't. Statistically speaking, he's been mediocre or even below average, which
Just
everyone
like Shaw.
kind of expected.
Just like Matt Shaw.
No, Matt Shaw had a couple of years where
He was above average.
He was tearing it up. I mean, why the hell else do you think they give him that big ass contract coming off his foot getting shattered by fat ass Hainsworth?
I think I'm wrong, but I'm seeing a lot of similarities in the play calling with Bill O'Brien as the same as Gary Kubiak. With Gary Kubiak.
I mean, there's a lot of I would say
can do so
he
much
wants
with a
to open it
quarterback
up.
you have.
I do believe he wants to open it up a little. The problem is it's a brand new offense for Fitzpatrick. I don't think Fitzpatrick has the
He doesn't have
physical
arm strength.
capabilities to go ahead.
Yeah.
I don't think he can make the right decision.
None of our tight ends are showing up.
Yeah, well, I get to see a tight end.
Let the best man on the field make a play for us. Andre
Hell,
Johnson.
no,
They're not
man.
giving him the opportunity.
I think Hopkins is outshined.
That's because he's not
Johnson.
throwing it to Johnson. Why not?
Because he won't get any separation.
Yeah.
He's a big guy. How
He's
many
a big
times
dude.
we've seen him plenty of times where he's covered and he still makes a catch?
Put him as tight end then.
I mean,
Bring in J.J. Watt. Yeah, another thing. Bill O'Brien has no clue what a tight end is.
I don't know if it's Bill O'Brien. I don't know if it's Pittsburgh.
Well, he's
Like
the
I
head
said,
coach.
I'm
He
blaming
makes the
everybody.
decision.
I've seen very little out of so many people, especially offensively. The only person that I'm remotely impressed with this year is Arian Foster. And even then, he let me down Monday night with a big fumble.
I mean, Foster always seems to fumble at the worst.
Very inopportune times.
Yes, I mean,
But, it's not just Arian Foster. Our receivers haven't been good. DeAndre Hopkins with a huge fumble. Andre Johnson's had a couple of huge fumbles this year.
no
Ryan
tight end
Fitzpatrick
play.
has a tough time figuring out what the difference between black and white jerseys look like.
No tight end play.
Dwayne Brown has looked very average.
The problem is the way we're playing.
Where's Suafio? I've heard so many good things about that guy, but that guy looks terrible.
He's on field goal team.
Field goal?
It shouldn't be like this, but the way we're playing right now, one turnover is costing us the game.
I mean, don't get me wrong, we were skating by, but we were making turnovers, and that's why. But right now, we're not giving ourselves the best opportunity to win in games that we have to win. Jadeveon Clowney has to be there for wins.
Our problem before last week, we were starting slow, bad offense in the first quarter, and Monday night against the Steelers, we started off fast.
13-0? I mean, we were up, 10-0 by the end?
Pittsburgh fans were booing the Steelers. They were booing them.
I would too, considering how bad our offense is. I mean, all we got is Arian Foster. That's it. It's exactly like you put the nail right on the head. It's exactly like Gary Kubiak's offense. Run Foster to death, and hopefully you can come up with some timely passing. And there's a laundry list of things. I think our offensive line, pass protection-wise, have been really bad. I think, obviously, Ryan Fitzpatrick is very Ryan Fitzpatrick-y. And, I mean, our dynamic duo when it comes to wide receivers, I think I would say maybe average. I mean, I just don't think – I question Andre's heart, and if it's really in it, I know he didn't want to be here at the beginning of the year. Being 3-4 and being as average as we are, do you really think he still wants to be here?
Well, speaking of that, the trade deadline's coming up. What about trade talks? I've heard a lot of rumors about Johnson going to the Patriots.
I'd love for him to go anywhere else.
Seattle needs obviously they need a receiver right now. Getting rid of
I would love Andre to go anywhere.
Well,
I love Andre. He's been not only a model citizen, but a fantastic NFL player. I would say with a Hall of Fame career, even though obviously with the Hall of Fame being the way it is with receivers, I don't know if he'll ever get in. But he's been amazing, and I wish him the best, and I think he wants to, and I think it's best for the Texans to go ahead and let him go.
Okay, you feel like that, but what about what about every other Texans fan? You think they're going to be okay with getting rid of Johnson for maybe a high draft round pick?
I don't even know if you can do that. I mean, you got to get. I mean,
I think at best you can get a third rounder for him.
It's so difficult to go ahead and get a.
It's hard to ship off a 33-year-old receiver.
It's just hard to ship off a high money guy. You don't see it too often. You know what I mean? I mean, guys that command tons of money don't work out because you have to go ahead and make the salary cap.
Johnson's good enough to go ahead and acquire, I think, a high draft round pick right now. Also, teams that are looking to make the Super Bowl or looking to go deep in playoffs.
I would say desperate teams are definitely looking for him.
He would definitely make a huge impact on any team he would go to, right?
I don't know if a huge impact. He'll make an impact.
He would make an impact.
He would make a sizable impact. And I would like to say upgrade the wide receiver.
This is probably his last season with the Texans.
Maybe.
And also it takes two for a trade. And third round, second round, fourth round, you make a good living off of getting good picks off of that, and teams are becoming more, draft. You're not going to see another Herschel Walker to the Vikings for 85 picks like what the Cowboys did.
Obviously.
You're not going to see that. So I mean, they're holding on to those picks,
But I mean, and they are. I mean, everything knows it's if you want a good team for years, you gotta get it through the draft. But I mean, people are understanding that not only high draft picks but low draft picks are just as important. I mean, if you can get a draft pick in the 6th round, you're significantly ahead of everybody else in the 6th round.
And speaking of a high draft pick, I mean, how. Is it sad to you to see the way, like, the decline of Cushing?
Oh, my gosh. He looks...
I mean, it's the dude is out there running around, shobbish.
It looks bad. That catch to Le'Veon Bell was embarrassing.
I mean,
healthy Cush, I don't know if he could catch him because Le'Veon's pretty fast. But, I mean, what he is now is... it's just tough to watch.
He's kind of a tough to watch. And then there's all these reports. He has to get his knee drained every week.
They say he might be out this week or even 3 weeks.
No, he's out this week for sure.
Are you sure? I hadn't heard that he 100%
I heard that he's out for sure. But then 1 week becomes 2 becomes 3. Swelling. Fluid accumulation.
It's gonna be like that.
It's especially when you've come off 2 season-ending injuries. I mean, it's a scary thing, like really, really scary. And it's sad because, I mean, the dude rookie of the year, rookie defensive player of the year. I mean, he was just he was a beast. I mean,
so good.
I mean, dude was crazy good. So crazy good that he was headbutting people that were wearing helmets and he didn't have a helmet on. I mean, that guy fired you up, and now he just kind of seems like that. You know how you had that friend that was like the party animal and stuff, and you were hanging out with, and you always knew you could count on a Saturday night to go hang out with and get drunk and messed up and do just crazy stuff. And now it's like he got married and has kids, and he's just like, he can't do anything anymore. It's just like, no, man.
So it's Clayton, huh?
Yeah, it's like, I got to watch SpongeBob with my kids, get them into bed, read a book, and maybe try to have 2 minutes of sex with my wife before the kids start crying again.
2 minutes of sex.
Yeah,
that's funny. Hey. You get married, you don't get that privilege anymore. Only on your birthday and special. But
you get less than 2 minutes, all right? You got to get in there and get out.
She's like, hurry up, are you done?
You're like SEAL Team 6 in there.
You gotta
get in there, get the deal, get out of there.
Before she finds out, get in there and get out.
When she realizes she's got a wiener on her or inside her, you're in trouble.
Well, what's also messed up is you woke her up while she was having like her badass dream. She's like, she's banging like Brad Pitt.
Channing Tatum.
Or Channing. Well,
next thing you know, you got your ugly mug going.
Yeah. You tell how old I am because I still think the sex pot is Brad Pitt, but now it's like Channing Tatum, right? And then she opens her eyes. She's like, oh crap! What the hell? No, get off of me! What are you doing?
I'm cheating on Channing.
Yeah, it's like I was about to make 23rd Jump Street right here. I was like, oh crap, sorry. And then you have to apologize to her for ruining her dream. It's like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do it. And now you're out on the couch by yourself watching SportsCenter with no shirt on, eating sherbet because she won't let you have ice cream anymore because it's too fattening.
Oh,
I don't know about the married life. I'm just assuming. Yeah. I've seen this all in
From what I gathered,
movies.
This is pretty sure.
I think it's pretty accurate. I don't know. Jose's been married. No, he hasn't.
Not yet.
Not yet. But I can't wait. When you get married, Jose, it's gonna be the greatest thing I've ever seen in my life. You're gonna be so happy for
not a dry tear in the house.
The dog.
Not a dry tear in the house.
But I don't know, man. There's just so much going on. You're having defensive collapses with the Texans. I mean, no one goes out there to cover Le'Veon Bell. Swearinger's out there just like, if Swearinger knows that nobody's out there covering him, what are you doing bitching? Run out there and get your ass in front of him.
I don't know. Someone missed. It sounded like somebody missed their responsibility.
Well, he was trying to push the dude over. You see the guy isn't moving. Stop bitching and just run over there and just get a body.
He was trying. It was too late. If you're having to tell your guy, hey, buddy, your guy's over there, Ben Roethlisberger's probably going to figure out what's going on.
Oh, you know what that play reminded me of? There was I want to say it was like 2009. We were in Tennessee.
Yeah.
Playing Tennessee.
Chris Johnson
goes out like as a receiver.
Nobody guarded him.
No one covers him.
And
he's doing this. He's pointing at himself at the line before the ball is snapped. And then when the ball is snapped, you see people in the stands telling, throw to Chris Johnson. He's open.
That game was – I had him on my fantasy team that game. That was one of the greatest games I've ever had anybody on my fantasy
They pulled it out.
That's when he also had that was during his 2,000-yard season. And that game, he got like 220 yards from scrimmage and 3 touchdowns.
What was amazing is they pulled that game out. The Texans won that game somehow.
Because Andre Johnson, remember he had that not shoestring, but he bobbled a catch in the corner of the end zone with people all over him.
Yeah, he was like bobbling it.
With like a minute and a half left. Yeah. It was awesome.
And then, remember freaking Vanden Bosch? I hated that guy so much. They were fighting. There was fighting on the sidelines. There was fighting in the middle of the field.
That's who we're playing soon.
Oh, my God.
It seems like now we're starting to put Johnson in one of those receivers that makes a lot of catches and one of the top catchers on your team. He just doesn't score in the end zone.
Well, he doesn't.
Is that because of lack of looks in the end zone? They hardly ever throw to him, especially this season. They haven't given him a chance. He's a tall guy. He's probably one of the most tallest guys out there.
But, I mean, he's on the tail end of his career. During his prime, when he had Schaub, they needed to find ways to get him in the red zone. The problem is they've always been a huge running team.
Well, it was that, Kubiak, if you're on the 5-yard line, you know what Kubiak's going to do. He's going to punch the ball in. He's going to want to run that ball in. He's not going to –
Or tight end.
Yeah, or like that little tight end's going to run that little flat route. And that's it. I mean, hell, look, Owen Daniel is like having a resurgence this year.
Yeah. Well, not really a resurgence. He's just coddled on the teeth of good old Kubiak.
Good old Kubes, baby. Rest in peace to your coaching career here in Houston.
Amen.
He's not dead. He's not dead.
Not yet. Yeah.
No, aww.
He's not. I don't believe so.
I don't think so. I think. Not. Maybe. No. Definitely not. Definitely
Kubiak,
not.
if you're out there, you're more than welcome to go ahead and tweet us.
Yeah.
Or like us on Facebook.
Or seriously, like us on Facebook. You know, maybe become friends with me on Facebook.
Yeah.
Like
or just me.
Like my pictures. There's a lot of pictures of me without my shirt on. It's really weird. I'm just trying to show.
Change.
Yeah, I was about to say, can you call yourself the talent?
I'm just trying to show off my girlish figure. Holla.
So, with that being said, I'd like to go ahead and talk about a person we're actually watching currently at this time. Peyton Manning finally winning finally getting the all-time touchdown mark for a career. What do you think he stops at? Do you think he hit 600?
The way, I don't know. I mean, maybe. Depends on how many years he has left.
But he has
how many
2 more years, right?
Well, what do you think?
He has 2 years, right? I think.
What's he at now? 506?
I don't know. He could
507?
probably. I feel like if he wanted to play in 3 years, he could still find a team to go to.
Yeah, some team will just be like, "Hey, Peyton Manning, you're in a wheelchair. Come out there, dude.
I'm in.
Here's $80 million. Come out there. We'll have the tight end be off the line, and he'll just roll you back. You can have a 3-roll drop instead of a 3-step drop.
Speaking of that, looking 10 years down the road, what's Peyton's future going to be?
In 10 years down the road, hopefully retired by then.
No, in the
hopefully.
future.
I don't need.
I'm sure he'll still be involved in the NFL somehow, some way.
No,
he's going to be one day. Do you think he'll be a coach one day? Do you think he's just going to be a commentator? He's very well spoken. We know that.
I would say, I don't know. You never really know. I mean, people kind of thought that with Brett Favre as well. So, and he's not really a commentator.
Well, and you really don't see him. A lot of the older guys, they didn't come back and start being commentators till later on.
I mean, I think he's going to be part of the NFL still. I'm just not sure where. I mean, I don't think he'll be a coach.
I mean, look at John Elway. He's owner.
I could definitely see him on like Monday Night Football, but I don't know if he's going to want to do that. But you never know. I mean, Peyton does whatever he wants. He might retire when he's 65.
Hell,
from the NFL.
He's been in football for so long. I think he'll probably take like a 5-year break. Because I mean, football.
He loves football though.
Oh, he loves football. He's not going to want to leave.
I don't see 5. Maybe a year or 2. But his
I like going with John Madden. It was probably heartbreaking for John Madden to have to leave football.
Honestly, I think here's what I think Peyton Manning's future is going to be. He's going to be a cast member of SNL.
Oh, again.
I mean,
a cast member just
every week.
I'll be honest with you, I'd watch it every freaking week.
Wouldn't you?
No doubt. I find that dude hilarious.
I mean, he's really good. I mean, hell, just watch that United Way skit.
That was
He's going to launch his acting career.
I went ahead and when I gave you the signal for button hook, was the pass not there?
You stay in the porta potty. Close the door. Close the door. All right, who wants to come to my house? I do. I'm just messing with y'all. Get out of here, kids.
No doubt, that was a really, really, really.
I don't know though.
Sketch. But hold on. Back to the original question. Yeah. How many touchdowns? You think he hit 600 touchdowns? When everything's said and done, does he have 600 plus touchdowns?
Well, wait.
He's at 5. Well, technically 11 now because he's already thrown 1.
Is he at 5'11"?
Yeah. Not going into this game, but he's already thrown a touchdown. He was at 5'10".
I don't think you can put a limit on him. I think he can go beyond that.
So you think 600? You think when he decides he gets on that podium and says, "I'm retiring from the NFL," he has 600?
Well, what if he wins the Super Bowl this year?
I don't. Well, you got to take an effect of that, I guess.
Retired. I say if he plays at least 2, if he finishes out his contract, he has a really good chance, I think, of breaking 600.
But that would be what? He'd have to throw 30 1 year, 40 1 year,
something like that. I don't know. It depends on how much he finishes this time.
But also, how long is he going to have Wes Welker? Is Denver going to have enough money to keep Demaryius and Julius Thomas? I mean,
because those contracts are coming.
Yeah, I mean, Yeah, both the Thomases are up after this year.
But I'm sure
what
they
are they
keep
gonna
one
do?
of them.
It doesn't matter who's on the field. He'll find someone who
Yeah,
will
I mean,
catch
that's
ball.
the one thing. I mean,
He can throw it in your hands and make you catch it. He'll just throw it in your face.
There's no doubt you could go ahead and get on that team 60 touchdown or 60 catches for 700 yards and 2 touches.
He can tell you how
So
to.
you're saying there's a chance?
He can tell you how to
Sadly
place your
not.
hands and run to this spot, and I'm going to place the ball.
Yeah,
so it'll
perfectly
land right
in your
hand.
Yeah, when you turn, the ball's already in the air. All you got to do is put your hands like right here.
Look. Don't even look. Just close your hands.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. The thing is,
600 touchdowns, yes or no? I'm going yes.
I have this feeling that he's about to go into a decline. Like not next year, but the year after that, he's not going to be able.
To me, he seems like the type of guy where whenever he feels like he can't play anymore to that high level, that he's going to retire.
I don't know. I really don't. I think it's a good
he's going to let
debate.
himself get to a point where he's playing that bad.
Yeah. I think when he hits the pinnacle of success, for himself, I mean, I think that's the only thing that might tempt him to go ahead and retire for the next 3 years, to be honest
I don't
with you.
think we're going to see another Brett Favre episode. I'm going to retire, and then he comes back.
But he has-
retire, and then he comes back.
But he has to be a champion. If he's a champion, he might do it. But otherwise, I don't see him doing it.
I
But
think he's done so much to the game right now, he wants to leave with a good image.
no doubt.
You better not hope there's another Brett Favre thing, because that means Peyton naughty shots.
Oh my
He's
God,
gonna
I can't
send
wait.
some naughty pictures to somebody. But
You can only hope.
Peyton's too good and well-rounded to do something like that.
Aw.
He's not the old gunslinger like Brett Favre.
So I was speaking of champions earlier, a couple minutes ago. I just want to go ahead. Speaking of champions, World Series. All right, Kansas City and San Francisco. If you like low ratings and small ball, this is your World
4-hour
Series.
baseball game.
I don't know. It's evened up.
1-1. Going to San Francisco for 3.
It was
Hunter Pence has a chance to win his second World Series.
Is it only a second? I know we just discussed this. Did he not win one with Philly?
No.
No, they went deep in the playoffs. I don't think they.
You don't think they won though?
I don't remember.
It was Lidge that won.
Yeah, I definitely know Lidge won.
Yeah, and that was the year he went perfect on saves. Didn't blow a save the whole year.
So, what do you think? What do you think for the World Series? You got San Francisco, or you got the team that seems to have all the luck, or do you have the team that has all the experience?
I'm going with the Royals.
Any reason?
Just because I don't know. I don't want to.
Come on, we're in Houston. Who wants to talk about baseball?
I don't want to.
What's the World Series? Come on, we got to give the pinnacle of success. Got to give it at least a shout
The
out,
Astros are in the AL now.
right?
Got to go for the AL team.
Oh, I
Plus,
guess.
I don't.
You hate the AL.
Can't watch the Astros.
Plus, I don't want to see Hunter Pence win another ring.
You know
Why?
what?
It's just because I just don't want to see it. I don't like seeing players
It's not his fault.
we brought up and now they're doing great. I don't
Not
like
his
it.
fault.
I don't care. I don't like it.
If he had the chance,
I don't
he
care.
would have retired as an Astro. He had the chance.
Maybe. Yeah, I don't know if you can make
I
that
don't
guarantee.
know. I mean,
It's not like he
course it-
came back after the Philly thing. was
and
over.
also Hunter Pence looks like a homeless dude.
Yeah,
Like,
man.
seriously.
It's that playoff beard. Everybody knows about the playoff
with the
beard.
hair too. It's like he's got like
As much
side
money
fro.
he's making, you think he cares what you think about the way he looks?
No, probably not.
You're right, Jay. It is the World Series, and that's what's really sad, that no one in Houston really cares about it.
No one across the world, if I'm not mistaken, cares about it. Unless you're in San Francisco and Kansas City.
I'm saying back to
I
the
hear
point
it's going to
is,
have one of the lower ratings ever.
because we can't watch baseball right now. So there's been a lot of devoted Astros fans throughout the years who are now just completely done with baseball because you can't watch them on TV.
And they'll
But
come
no,
back.
but it's
Once they have a
sad.
good team, they'll be
CSN
back.
But CSN Houston just shut down.
Yes, the ruling came out today, and I think
It's shut down. They shut down
they
last
shut down
night.
today. So by next Wednesday, or by the second regular season game for the Rockets, we should have
We'll have Root Sports.
That's on what? Everything?
Yeah.
Direct TV and AT&T. I think you still have Direct TV, right, Jay? So
Oh, I'm watching it. We got
Yeah,
DirecTV in here. I got DirecTV everywhere.
Paulo.
finally, we're gonna get to watch
Yeah.
the Rockets season.
Yeah, it was sad that whole year, like last year, when it was when the Rockets were on national TV, you like had a party because like, oh my God, we're gonna get to watch the Rockets. Like, hey, everybody, let's come over. Like, let's watch the game, barbecue and stuff. Because
felt like I was in the 90s.
The Rockets are on TV. Yeah, I know. Remember back in the 90s when you had to do like pay-per-view playoff games? That was so crazy. It was like, and now like TNT, it's like you could watch like 85 playoff games.
Speaking of that, the coaches poll for the NBA came out. Have you heard about this?
I did hear about this.
Rockets weren't even in like the top 7 for who's going to win the championship.
Oh, definitely.
Of course, it's.
I hope we're the 7th in the West.
If you're in the top 7, that means you're at least going to make the playoffs.
I mean, they're going to make the playoffs. They're going to get about a 6 seed, a 5 seed, hopefully bounce out.
I think
I don't know, someone.
I don't know, but
Golden
State. We have 2. They took a poll on the best players in each position. We have 2. So,
yay! Problem is, supposedly we have nothing around them, but you never know. I think that's a lot of work that's going to come through them.
We still have Montejunas.
We got Donatas Montejunas. I'm super excited about Patrick Beverly coming into this year. I think Terrence Jones gets another bump up into what he's doing.
And I'm excited about the Nick Papalapadika guy that we got from Greece.
The biggest pivotal pivotal player for the Rockets this year is going to be Ariza. If Ariza plays like he did last year,
everybody is super. They are really happy about this Ariza thing, and I just don't. I don't see it.
They said last year he shot the best he shot all season from the 3-point line.
I know
he can do that, and he can play better defense than Parsons. Parsons will not be missed.
I don't know.
If we're missing Parsons, it's going to be a long season.
I think we're going to miss Parsons.
No, you got the exact same player.
Oh God!
You got the exact same player for cheaper money. And that's every GM's
We did not
dream.
get the exact same player for cheaper money.
Oh, come on. Really?
I think
one's prettier than the other. Okay.
I think Trevor plays better defense. He has better defense.
Yeah, he plays better defense. Parsons has his, here and there explosive moments where he dunks on somebody, like when he dunked on Blake Griffin. Yeah, that was cool and exciting. But, I mean, everything else, I know they're unsalted. Anyway, we're going to come back to that.
Quit talking about Anthony.
But leave my peanuts alone. But anyway, it goes good with the whiskey. Anyway.
It's this simple. It's really this simple to me. Higher ceiling, Chandler Parsons has it. I think, I mean, at best, you go ahead and get a 30-plus-year-old Ariza instead of a guy in his prime and looking to take on more responsibility. This guy doesn't want to be a role player anymore. We forced him to be a role player because we had 2 of, like you said, the best. And now he was like, hey, I want to try to be number 2 because I'm so good at being a number 3. And you're like, oh, there's no way he can do it. There's none. I'm pretty sure that was an accurate representation of what you sound like.
That sounded like Richard Nixon. Richard Nixon is here, everybody, back from the dead.
I'll be honest with you, I really thought that sounded like you, Anthony.
What did it sound like me? No, but what if we saw the ceiling of what if last year was as high as Parsons is going to get?
I really don't think that's right.
Do you think that's
I don't.
Right, from Parsons' production last year, do you think that's worth $15 million a year to a team?
From Parsons' production last year to this team, no. I would agree that it probably isn't. With that being said, I mean, I said this last year whenever we were talking about this. Parsons, outside of Chris Bosh, last year was the best number 3 out there outside of Chris Bosh. He was the best number 3 guy. You couldn't ask for a better number 3 guy.
Chris Bosh wasn't even that great.
I know. I mean, but because he couldn't be. You can't be that great if you don't get the ball. It's a scoring league.
How great do you think Chris Bosh is going to be this year? Now, because Chris Bosh is now number 2.
Do you not remember Chris Bosh was a 2010 guy or 2010 guy?
He played in freaking Toronto.
I'm just saying, so he could. He had the ability to be a number 2 or a number 1, and he wasn't given the opportunity in Miami. That's all I'm merely stating is that he can be it.
I think the way Bosh is going to play this season is just going to make us realize we were just that close to getting this guy. We were that.
That would have been awesome if we could have got him. There's no doubt about it.
Well, what's exciting right now is that we're actually talking about the Rockets. We're still in preseason, 1 game left, right? Then for the home opener, it's an away opener with the Lakers, right?
Right.
So
what day is that on? It's not on Halloween, is it?
It's like a week away, right?
Yeah, I think it's next week, but I'm not sure when.
It might be Tuesday night.
We're going to get our statistician up here. Look up first regular season Houston Rockets game.
I could be wrong. It might be November 2nd.
All I know is it's gonna suck because they're playing in LA and it's gonna be at 9 o'clock.
Well, we should get a win.
You're going to be at 9 o'clock, and it's going to be on a weekday, and I'm going to have to go to work, and I'm going to have a long day the next day, and I'm going to get hammered drunk.
You are so 30 years old.
I'm going to get hammered drunk, and then I'm going to have to go to
so
work.
in your 30s. I'm in my 20s. I'm living in the fast lane.
You got like a week left of being in your 20s.
I got a month.
Okay, fine, a month. Well, you better live it up now. Come on, start taking shots. Start taking some shots.
I'm just upset, man. We can't freaking spend a whole podcast talking about the Texans because it's so dang depressing. We got to talk about the Rockets because that's the biggest upset we have coming to us right now. The Rockets, they're the best team in Houston right now. They're the most fun to talk about and most exciting to watch. And now we'll get to watch them on TV, which makes it even better. All the fans are going to start coming out now and supporting this team even more than what we have, in the past 2 years because of the stupid Comcast Sportsnet debacle.
Yeah, I mean, what really sucked, like this summer sucked. You know why? Is because I guess we're coming back onto this whole Comcast Houston thing, which still, deserves to be talked about, even though it's dead. I mean, it's dead. It's shut down. But you know what I used to love doing in the summertime? Was sitting outside, fans on, half naked because it was freaking hot, and drinking, smoking cigarettes, and just having the Astros on. You just didn't have – I would turn the sound off, play some music, watch the game, but it was just good to know that, hey, it was on.
I've always said that baseball is the perfect sport for radio.
Oh, yeah. It's so slow-paced. It's perfect.
That's what I did this whole past summer. I just listened to every game just about on the radio.
Yeah.
And you learn a lot about baseball when you listen to it on the radio. You hear all the statistics. You learn about the other team's players.
Yeah, they
learn about all your own players' statistics.
Yeah, you have that. You learn
about the attendance and that kind of stuff, which is always nice.
Yeah, you have that stat dude.
It gives you a different perspective of baseball. Now, you got to be a fan to sit there and listen to the radio for the entire game. Just like watching the whole game on TV, you got to be a fan to sit there for that long. But I do like listening to the radio. It's just
it brought you back. It was like vintage.
I've always listened to the Astros on the radio, and if
I would listen to them.
If I couldn't catch it on TV, I would have the radio on.
Well, like when I listen to the Astros on the radio a lot is like I'm at work, and especially during spring training, like when they play spring training games, and 790 like cuts off, and it's like time to like Astros covers. I'll listen to it. It's just like. It's fun because something about baseball, it's one of those things. It's like it's not the most exciting sport, but it brings you back.
You know what it
it's
is?
Just like a time.
There's almost a game every day, so you have something to look forward to every day.
Yeah, and then you always get to see like some badass fielding plays,
and
like
it's
a
more
shortstop
exciting.
making a diving catch and just like throwing it from his ass, like, it's a beautiful thing. I mean,
it's just exciting, especially when you have a team that's actually good, and they're making awesome plays every day. They're winning just about every game, and they're doing good. But right now, the past few years, the Astros haven't been nowhere close to that. But
quite sad.
As a fan, I've still sat through, these terrible times, and I've listened to every game, even though we're losing. We've been losing.
Yeah.
I think as a nation, we're kind of veering away from baseball as a whole. I think we're definitely the number two. I mean, baseball. I apologize. Baseball is definitely the number 2 sport in America behind football. Football is killing them in everything.
So. I think basketball.
I'm pretty sure it's baseball still number 1. But with that being said, I think basketball's closing that gap, and I think they're going to take it over here soon if they don't come up with some.
Well, look at baseball in the stadiums. You can hold a lot more baseball fans if you can basketball.
That's true.
But
I mean, it's not just attendance; it's money. It's all about money. And I think what Anthony is mistaken is that we're not a big baseball town. I mean, we love the Astros when they're
one
good,
of the largest
but like
markets.
Northeast loves baseball.
We have a huge market for baseball.
The thing about Houston is we're a big baseball town if the team is good,
right?
And which kind of sucks because it kind of makes it sound like a bandwagon town,
right.
And I hate that. Because
but it is. It's true.
I will never wear another baseball team's gear.
Right.
I always have nothing but like Houston's. If I'm wearing a sports team,
other than the Dallas Cowboys shirt, you have to wear.
The thing about Houstonians, they're devoted pretty much to every Houston team. You're not going to find another fan that's more devoted to their Houston teams. Like me, I'm
coming from a Cowboys fan.
Oh, come on! I'm still a Houston fan. I'm a devoted Houston fan. I love all of our sports.
Right.
And
No, but also Houston.
I'll rep them anywhere I go.
But the thing is, also Houston's a big transplant town.
A lot of people from over the country.
Yeah.
and
You know,
the
and that's
world.
why I think the numbers are a little low, and that's why it's not as big
For Houston, but as a
Yeah, for
whole,
Houston.
I mean, baseball's still second when it comes to national
No,
sports.
yeah, of course. Football is.
I mean, baseball's not that big here, but up in the Northeast, it's live and die. I mean, think of the Yankees and the Red Sox and all that.
I think though that
But
baseball is the
basketball's
number.
closing the gap.
I
There's
think
no
baseball
doubt, in my opinion.
is the number 3 sport right now because I mean, look, we live in the whole generation of ADD kids and
They
people
want
having to
something
have
quick.
Adderall and yeah.
Hey,
I
I
mean,
take Adderall. What are you talking about?
it takes a lot. You take it for recreational
No.
reasons. I know. But you know, it's
Yeah,
it's a slow. It's a.
I don't have a problem.
I don't have a problem.
I don't have attention deficit disorder.
Yeah.
I just take it for recreation.
No, but it's like it's not a fast-paced game. I mean, because you know, baseball, you got to go 3 outs. You know, 20-plus pitches. You know,
Yeah.
to get
Well,
your
I
3
mean,
outs.
It's a much slower paced game.
I think
They're
what makes
working on ways to go ahead and quicken the game. They really are.
What makes it number 2 is it's such a long season. There's so many games.
Grueling.
So much revenue is brought in. Because
I know,
it's like
but
4 or 5 months.
it's all about
You
TV
know, longer
deals.
than that.
It's all about TV deals. I think something that baseball did go ahead and kind of queue up, and it's been a huge success as they capitalized on the internet, the market on the internet. I mean, they are easily the most friendly internet-based sport out there right now compared to football and baseball. I'm sorry, football and basketball. They're number 1. But which is a huge revenue pot. But it's all about TV deals. TV gives the most money. That's why the NFL is leading, is because their TV deals are enormous. But basketball just came up with that big, huge deal, $2.6 billion, right?
Yeah.
So they're moving up. Let's make no mistake.
What I think football is what $3 billion, and like basketball is
No,
like
football's
2.5 or something.
Football's a $9 billion sport. It's more than $3 billion. I bet.
When you go basketball, it's like talk about basketball. When you go to an arena, it's fun to watch a basketball game live.
Yeah.
Football, that's one thing where it's really hard when you're at a stadium. If you're in the nosebleed seats, it's really hard to watch the game.
It's not hard, but it's different. It's a different experience.
You really don't know what's going on. That's why football is made for TV. It's much better to watch football on
it's
TV.
way better on TV.
Football is one of those like
Baseball,
I've been to a handful of football games. Been to a handful of Texans games, and the best part about like being at a football game, yeah, you guys kind of look like ants, but if you sit in the right spot, you can actually see like the plays develop, and that's really cool. But when you get a touchdown and there's like people you don't even know, and you're like high fiving,
That's
and hugging,
awesome.
that's awesome.
The
Plus,
environment itself,
home team environment.
and then plus everyone's drunk, so
and not to mention everyone's drunk.
Everyone's
the problem
drunk.
with the thing the NFL wins on is that it's an event. I mean, it's not just about the game. It's the tailgating.
It's a party.
It's the tailgating.
Going to a game, it is fun to see what's going on, like outside of TV.
in the concourse,
Like,
on the
sidelines,
concourse,
even inside the game on the sidelines. Like on TV, you only get to see the play. You can't see what's going on
Right.
the sidelines and all the extra activities. So it's a fun experience to actually go and watch a game.
Like I said, there's no doubt it's a way better event in our. It's a way better event to look at the actual game on TV, but the event itself for football is what really captures everybody. And they have enormous stadiums.
Now with baseball, it's so much better to actually go to a game and watch it live.
Oh yeah, or listen to the radio. Like you said.
Most young people, especially my age, aren't going to listen to a baseball game on the radio. Not a chance. They're not going to.
Yeah, they're going to be like they want to.
They won't even switch it to AM ever. So the only time if they watch it on TV, it's not going to be for the whole game. The only time they're going to watch a baseball game. This is most non-diehard baseball fans. They want to go to a game. That's the only way they're going to watch a game is to go to it.
All right.
Well, I mean, I love going to a baseball game because I love just like walking into the park. It's just like it's like a I don't know. Once you like kind of go through that little alleyway, where you get to your seat, and then you see the park, you see the field.
Yeah,
it's a beautiful feeling. And then
I think that's my favorite part when it goes to go in those kind of things, especially Minute Maid and
we're
Lion
privileged
or
because we
Energy.
actually have a beautiful baseball park. Our Minute Maid Park is one of the nicest stadiums, in the country.
It's gorgeous over there too. I mean, it is really, really nice.
Especially like on a night to night. Like if somehow we were playing baseball in October, well, hopefully it happens at some point. But I mean, imagine like being at Minute Maid Park right now. Roof is open, packed
just
house.
glorious.
It's
amazing.
wind's blowing.
I love, that's the environment, the kind of the, I don't know what it's called, the
everyone,
scenery, I guess.
and then also the thing about going to a baseball game, everyone has their own traditions. Like me, I have to get a hot dog. You have to walk around the concourse and get ice cream. Yeah,
everyone has their own tradition.
It's a thing.
I do that every 7th inning. Usually.
My dad's thing is getting the soft serve ice cream in the little baseball helmet. That's his thing.
I like getting there early and batting practice. I like to try
batting practice is always.
I like to try to catch a ball.
It's always a lot of fun.
Yeah, my dad has
That's what I like to do.
My dad has the soft serve in the little helmet, and he has to get a giant pretzel. Mine is getting a hot dog and then sneaking booze in and pouring booze into a Coke in the bathroom. Those are my, that's my pastime.
Yeah. I think the Astros
he was doing that when he was 7.
Because it was definitely a mild summer for us here in Houston, which was awesome.
Yeah.
I don't think we hit 100 degrees, maybe once.
We had a spell in August where it was
I don't think we hit 100 degrees at all. I don't think we hit 100
we
this
did,
year.
but I don't know.
It's crazy.
Weather check.
Like
no weather check. Don't do the
2
weather
years
check.
ago, we had like 20 days of 100 degree weather in a row.
20 straight days or the whole month of August or something crazy.
I think it was a record this year for the most days that the stadium roof has been open for a game. Like we've never had the roof open this many games this past season because just the weather was beautiful.
All right, well, we're coming to the tail end of another H-Town Lowdown podcast, and we're doing something that we've done here the past couple weeks, giving our locks of the week using lines and that kind of stuff, betting lines. Jason 1-1, Clayton 0-1. He missed 1 week, and good old Anthony, who picked Seattle to go ahead and destroy St. Louis, is also 1-1.
Shut up!
I know, buddy. I know.
We're not friends anymore.
I know. We never were.
This is just strictly business now. Strictly business.
My bad. The talent?
No. Enough with the question marks.
Let's start with the San Diego and Denver game.
Well, it's 14-7 already, and I'm going to go Denver.
To say that, Jason.
With that being said, Peyton Manning just threw a touchdown, and that pass was perfect. That guy, Emmanuel Sanders had 2 steps on him. With that being said, if that guy was right in his face, he was not going to touch that ball. He put that perfectly. It is disturbing how good that guy is.
This was going to be radio gold. We were going to look like geniuses.
I don't know, though.
Second quarter before halftime, it's going to be 14-7.
Yeah. I don't know. Though, don't count out Rivers, though. Because Rivers just, gets himself all jacked up when he plays.
He's going to go in there and get a Red Bull, some Mountain Dews, come back and go,
He's going to make a Mountain Dew Red Bull Monster Energy drink cocktail.
He's going to
come out, and then he's going to yell into his helmet. And he's going to come back. I don't know. I can't not doubt
what
Rivers against a Manning for some reason. He just gets jacked up playing against.
Because he got traded for his baby brother. Remember?
Yeah, he gets jacked. Look, speaking of baby brother, there's Eli. There's goofy ass Eli. All
right, betting lines. Let's go. What do y'all like? I'll go first. I think the easiest one out there, and it's a shame that it's like this, but the easy one out there, in my opinion, is Indianapolis -3 at Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh looked like they should have lost by more than 3 against us. So, and Indianapolis is definitely better than us. I'm taking Indy. I'm taking Indy -3. Laying the points.
That's hard. Oh, wow.
Laying the points.
Way to go out on a limb there.
They're in Heinz Field.
Way to go out on a limb there.
Say what you want, but when I'm 2-1, I'm going to look like a friggin' genius.
So wait, are we going to have I'll bring the wrestling belt, and whoever wins this season gets the belt.
I'm down. What do y'all think? Y'all found any in there that you like?
I don't know. We're trying to study this because obviously we do no show prep. I mean, we do a lot of show prep.
I knew enough show prep to realize which one I wanted to do.
Well, that's not hard. You were just Indy over Pittsburgh. Yeah. I mean, showing what we could possibly do against Pittsburgh, even though we lost. And Indy is obviously a better team, of course.
Hey, I went last time.
Man, that's a hell of a lock of a week, Jason.
It is.
I mean, dude, you
Clayton, what do you think?
Killed it.
You're a big Dallas fan. Are you willing to give up 9.5 points?
I don't.
That is a ton of points.
McCoy's going to be quarterback. Oh. I don't know. That's a lot of points, right? For a Monday night game, and
in Washington,
that's
right?
a big rivalry between the Cowboys.
No, it's in Dallas, though.
They always play good games. Even when Dallas is a better team, they're still
Yeah, I remember a couple years ago they hit 2 really long passes to come back and beat Dallas in the last 4 or 5 minutes.
Okay, look. Spotlight's going to be on Romo. Murray. Murray's probably going to go ahead and extend that streak. 8 games with 100 yards of rushing.
Yeah, but then he'll be out by like game 12.
There's no doubt he's not making it the whole year.
Yeah, they're using him too.
He's on. I know last week he was on pace for 480
they're
touches.
Him like a dead.
Everybody
horse,
says
man.
350. He's on pace for 480. But hey, if you got him, use him. I guess I don't know what to tell him.
And that's why Cowboys are being successful right now. I think it's because of the
They can run. Yeah,
offensive line.
that all line's able to protect him.
Yeah,
And they're getting lucky.
Well, and
Tony Romo, whenever he gets in trouble, he pisses himself and he throws it to Des Bryant.
Murray being able
with
to
people
run,
right on his face.
Or he throws it to his boyfriend Jason Witten.
No, yeah, the run game is allowing the
They
more
love
things
each
to open
other.
up downfield. And with Des Bryant, that's perfect for Romo. He's being able to launch the ball to Bryant, and get him more looks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Romo's not required to win the game now every week, and that's what he's needed this whole time is a run game. Yeah, Murray's been injury prone, basically his whole career. But I mean, look at Foster. We didn't know what the hell was going to happen with Foster this season, and
No, he's going to hit hurt too. I've got a pool on which one gets injured first. I'm wavering. I'll be honest with you. I thought Foster was going to win that, but I'm curious. There's no doubt one of them's going to go ahead and end up missing some games.
I think they're being really careful with Foster this year, and I really like that. You know how he missed that week because
he's already missed 1 week.
He had a little injury, so they're like, all right, we're going to sit you out just to make sure. So I think if something does come up, they're going to sit him out for a game or two, then get him back in there.
I think Foster's looking as good as he did like in 2010.
Are you kidding me?
He is looking really
all right, that
good.
play. Sorry, I know I'm going off topic, but that play with Foster running and Paulo Malo chasing him, I felt like that thing lasted a minute.
Yeah.
It was in slow motion. That was hilarious.
We were talking about how slow those two guys are.
It was
It's like basically it was like a race to the dinner line at the old
In
folks' home.
2010,
It's like, we're gonna get there.
It looked like you were watching Matt Shaw face against Peyton Manning in a 40 time.
Ooh, I would love to see that.
That's like me out there, and you were you're chasing me. No, in 2010, Foster would have ran that friend for a touchdown. But Paulo Malo was probably faster in 2010 as well. But
I don't know. So what do you got?
I'm taking. You know what? Let me be a homer. I'm gonna go Houston -3.
Houston -3 is a good pick.
I think Houston's gonna win this game, and I think they'll win by maybe not by a touchdown, but I think four.
At least 3.5 points, huh?
Yeah, more than 3. I'm gonna take that.
What do you think, buddy?
Let's see. Is Cameron Wake still playing?
I believe so.
I'm gonna go with Miami over Jacksonville.
How many points are they laying?
It's a 6.
Ooh, Jacksonville looks a lot better here the last couple of weeks. They almost beat Tennessee at Tennessee.
That's why I'm trying to. I'm not going with the obvious Indy over Pittsburgh.
I don't care what you have to say. I'm going to end up winning that. That's
so
all that
I'm
matters to
going
me.
Miami. I think Tannehill has a good game. I think Cameron Wake just blows up Bortles. I mean, the dude. What? This is what, his second start?
No, this is like 3 or 4.
And so, I don't know. And then, even though they're playing at Jacksonville never sells out. They have to put tarps over the seats, so.
That's the truth. They are terrible at that.
I don't have a problem with it. I think it's a good pick. I think it's a really good pick.
I like it. If you like it, I like it.
That's right. And what I like is what goes.
Let's go with an ending statement. Fill in this one. Texans beat Tennessee blank. By how much? I want to score, and they need to do blank for them to win.
Oh, crap. Well, we got Clown. Oh, apparently
Assuming we got
Clowney's
Clowney
supposed to
back.
be playing.
Who knows?
You got. What worries me, though, Cushing isn't in. Our middle linebacker group is just really weak. I mean, we have to rely on Mike Muhammad? And they're like, yay, Mike Muhammad. And then DJ Swearinger, I don't know.
Houston wins if they go ahead and stop the running game. Put him in 3rd and longs. Let that Mettenberger go ahead and sit there and wait.
You got a rookie quarterback out there. Watt's going to be all over that guy.
Hopefully.
Yeah, JJ should be licking his chops right now, going oh, there's a rookie. This is his first
He's
start.
licking his chops. He probably should go to HTB. I've seen him everywhere.
We beat Pittsburgh 3 quarters last week. That one quarter we had was bad. I think we're going to beat Tennessee.
It wasn't a quarter. It was like 3 minutes. It was like the worst 3 minutes ever.
It was still the second quarter, right?
Yeah.
Well, I think we're going to beat Tennessee 4 quarters this week. I think we're going to have a good start.
You think we have our first complete game?
They better.
There's a good chance. Yeah, there is a good chance.
I'm going to
There's
go.
a lot riding on this game for the Texans and Bill O'Brien, and we have a good chance to prove ourselves.
The thing is, you can't put Houston as having. You can't have them scoring a bunch of points because they're obviously not going to. I mean,
we win this week. We're 4-4. That's one game off of the wild card, right?
Maybe. You can't even make that guarantee.
We're still alive.
We'd still be alive, but we won't.
I mean, we still have
Cincinnati, we still have Baltimore, we
have Philadelphia,
Philly, we have Indy again.
And then we still have Jacksonville.
Okay, Foster needs to rush. He should. He should definitely get at least 100 yards and a touchdown and a half. Johnson needs.
Well, you can have a half a touchdown?
He needs to go.
What is a half a touchdown? How do you do that?
He needs to go 2 touchdowns. Right.
So you're saying, do they win though?
Yes.
What's the score?
Well, yeah, I think they win. I'm trying to. And Johnson needs to score a touchdown this week.
I'm thinking you want that for your fantasy team. But
not just that. Foster needs to be more involved for this offense. If Johnson scores a touchdown, then we're throwing the ball and we're opening up our offense. It's not. We might not have to do that this week. I mean, we could just give it to Foster 25 times. That's not a good thing.
I don't know. I'm just kind of tired of like the little 5-yard passes, but I mean that's all you can do with Fitzpatrick.
All right, so give me a score.
23-17.
Anthony?
I'm going to go 21-10.
I'm going to go...
I'll go 26-17.
No, you can't change. No.
23-17.
You get till
23-17.
23-17. It's written down.
I get till Sunday until 11:59. All right.
No, knowing Clayton though, he'll at halftime he'll be like, I changed my score.
No.
I meant 16-17. I'll go not 20-9. I'll go 20-9.
That's a good score. Okay.
What did I go? 21-10?
Yeah, we have it on recording. You
I don't know. Should we rewind it? Like, roll back the tape. It's like, Anthony, you can't remember shit right now.
You said that over the radio?
Yeah, pretty much.
Anyway, that's all our time for today. You listen to H-Town Lowdown, the greatest podcast that talks about Houston sports inside the wet squirrel we have.
Wait.
There's no doubt.
You got any plans this weekend?
Watch the game.
That's it?
That's it.
Plans?
Try to get laid.
Oh, well, that shouldn't be really hard. I mean, you have
He's
somebody,
married, though.
You have somebody
it's
that
really hard.
You have somebody that committed to like laying you at least once a month.
Every day, that's my challenge, right? When I wake up in the morning, I'm like, all right, top 3 goals for the day.
Let's not forget about old
Jose
Jose over here.
Always try to get laid, and that should be for every man.
That's probably
Straight
true.
or gay.
I want to say
first goal should be try to get laid.
That's not very Republican of you, Clayton.
Anthony, what are you doing this weekend?
Man, I had a lot of bills I had to pay.
So nothing, huh?
So it's gonna be like probably I'm gonna do a lot of drinking at home while listening to a lot of internet. You know,
listening to the internet. Okay.
Listening to a lot of Spotify.
Yeah.
And shit.
And H-Town Lowdown.
Oh, of course. You know, because I'm such a narcissist. I love hearing my voice.
Yeah.
Well, we can't forget about old Jose over here.
Jose, what are you doing?
Here we go.
Jose says he's not going to do anything either. Quiet weekend for all of us. There's
Jose's
no doubt.
going to be eating some nachos
I
at
don't
some
blame
point.
him. Hopefully, Sheriff Blaylock.
Woo! And Jose's going to be trying to get some nachos.
Yeah.
And trying to get laid. But that's basically like the same thing. Because, I mean, if you don't get laid, you always have nachos. If you don't have nachos, you get laid. It's a win. Yeah. You don't lose at some point.
Anyway, that's what we got for this week when it comes to H-Town Lowdown.
It's good to be back.
Good to be back, Clayton.
Oh, by the way.
For the Fuhrer. I'm glad the Fuhrer is back. I am Jason the Creator. We got Anthony the Talent over here.
Why does it always have to be a question mark at the end?
I'm going to remember that when we put that on the T-shirt.
Wait, Anthony's the Talent?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
No, he's the Talent?
All right, I hate both of y'all.
We made Anthony the Talent?
I seriously, y'all guys can stop it right now. I was going to say something nice.
Houston Sports Talk from H-Town Lowdown, here to bring you your latest sports news from your Houston Texans, Astros, and your Houston Rockets. Now, the crew, H-Town Lowdown. Houston Sports Talk from H-Town Lowdown, here to bring you your latest sports news from your Houston Texans, Astros, and your Houston Rockets. Now, the crew, H-Town Lowdown.